Alright, so before we get started, I just wanted to say that on this problem, they were asking us also for the scale factor, I believe. Yeah, so write the similarity statement here and the scale factor, and I didn't do the scale factor. But how do you get the scale factor? You just take one of the ratios, it doesn't matter which one because they're equal, right? And then you simplify it. So I'll take 8 over 12, and I'll divide by the greatest common factor of 4. So I get 2 over 3, and that's my scale factor. I can do the same thing over here, right? Because they're equal ratios. And I'll divide by the greatest common factor of 5, and I'll get 2 over 3. So that's how we get the scale factor. But anyhow, the first question asks us to get all of the congruent angles. And if these two shapes are congruent, we could just go by the order, right? So N is congruent to U, P is congruent to V, Q to S, and R to T. And then the proportions, we go by the order as well, right? MP over UV, PQ over VS is equal to QR over ST is equal to RN over TU, right? So that's how we do that. And then down here, we need to find the value of the variable, so we need to create some ratios. So these two align, right? JM and QT. So we can make a ratio out of that and set it equal to 6x minus 3. And that one matches up with this side over here over 3. And then we solve for x, so we get 1.5. And then we do the same thing, but for y. So we're going to use the same ratio. We got 4 over 2 is equal to 3y minus 2 over 5, right? Because these two sides match up. And then we solve for y. Over here, what do we need to do? We need to find the scale factor of these two similar polygons, and then the perimeter of the polygon. So first of all, we have 4. And so these two sides are congruent. So we can say if this side's 4, then this side is 4. And then if this side is 3, then that means this side is 3, because these two sides are congruent as well, right? So we could say 4 over 3, because these two sides are corresponding, is equal to, and then 4 over 3 is our scale factor, right? 4 over 3. And then we're going to set that equal to 8. Yeah, 8 is here. Oh no, I think I did this problem wrong. Yeah, I did this problem wrong. But RQ I didn't do wrong. So we got 8 over RQ. So these two are corresponding sides. And then we'll go ahead and solve for RQ. And, oh, that's the reason why. Because it's 24, and then this is 4 times RQ, not 3 times RQ. This is 4 times RQ. That changes everything. And then we divide 24 by 4, so then this is not 8, this is 6. So RQ is 6. And then this side is 6 also. Okay, and then what? Then we're going to go ahead and try to find the other side's ST down here. And how do we do that? Well, we're going to use the same ratio. 4 over 3 is equal to 6 over ST. We'll solve that one, see if I did that right. Yes, it looks like I did. So ST is 4.5. So I'll label it in the figure. And then the last one here is 4 over 3, of course, our anchor ratio, is equal to BC over 6. Ooh, so this is wrong. This should be over 6. And then that would mean this is 24. And then that means that this here is 8. So BC is 8. And we actually didn't even need to write a ratio for it, a proportion for it, because we know that these two sides are congruent. So if this side's 8, then that means this side's 8. And then once we have all the side lengths, then we can find the perimeter, right? So these two are wrong. Maybe I can calculate it now. So we have, 8 plus plus 8 plus 4 excuse me, plus 4 plus 6. So this one's going to be 30, not 32. And then I'm going to add these up here. 6 plus 6 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4.5. 22.5. And then we have the following page, and these are similar problems to what we had on the first page, right? We got the corresponding angles are congruent. We got the corresponding sides as ratios equal to each other. And then this one here, we know that these two sides are congruent, but we don't know their lengths, so I just used the variable x. And then we know that these two sides are segments are congruent, so we don't know their length, so I used y. And then we know all the angles are congruent via the figure. And then we need to say that the ratios of all the sides are congruent, are equal. So 11 over 22 is equal to y over 2y is equal to x over 2x. And those ratios are all equal. It's all 1 over 2, right? 1 over 2, 1 over 2, 1 over 2. So we can say that the triangles are similar. And then down here, we know that the polygons are similar. It's given. So we say that this side is over that side is equal to that side over that side. We solve for x. And then over here, we do the same thing, and we're solving for x. Down here, we're doing the same thing. We're solving for x as well. Right? So those are the answers for those exercises.